Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com. Today I'm bringing you a quick overview of the Xtreme Stop Performance ceramic brake pads fitting the rear of all 94 to 04 Bullitt, Mach 1, and Cobra Mustangs. So in this video, I'll be going over the benefits and performance of the stopping power you can expect from the Xtreme Stop Performance brake pads, as well as the materials and construction. I'll top the video off with the installation, which I'll let you know up front gets a very solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, since it is a very simple brake job. The Xtreme Stop Performance ceramic brake pads for the rear will be for any 94 to 04 Bullitt, Mach 1, or Cobra owner who's got some wear and tear toward the back end of their Mustang as far as brakes are concerned and need to pick up an upgrade and like to go with something that adds a little bit more bite to their pads. There's a couple different reasons the Xtreme Stop pads for the front and rear. Now obviously we just have the rear here today, but altogether these are going to be a very good upgrade compared to your stock pads. Xtreme Stop lets us know that the biggest thing about these pads is that they can increase your stopping and brake performance up to 25% over your stock pads. Now obviously these are the rear pads, so they're not doing most of the work like your fronts are, but they still do make a difference, and upgrading to your Xtreme Stop Performance ceramic pads can definitely make a difference. Now the other aspect of these pads actually has a 2-in-1 kind of combo. Now these are going to be a low dust brake pad and also a very quiet brake pad. Now the low dust brake pad thing is definitely going to be a factor for the guys out there who have maybe a 5-spoke wheel and you can see a lot of that brake dust from the moment it starts happening. Now if you're anything like me, that is a very ugly sight and you want to get rid of it as soon as possible. Now you can wash your car constantly, or you can pick up a low dust composite brake pad that actually prevents it from happening as often and as quickly. Now the other side of that is going to be the fact that these are a quiet brake pad. Now as far as the quiet option is concerned, this is something that honestly is a no-brainer. Nobody wants to hear a loud brake pad. You don't want to hear squealing or squeaking, and Xtreme Stop actually uses a low dust composite mixed with a very quiet material that prevents any squeaking and squealing while these are in use. Now obviously that low dust composite and the quiet option here with these pads is all thanks to the materials and construction. These are manufactured from Xtreme Stop out of a high quality ceramic composite compound here, and these obviously increase the stopping power. Now like I said, it's the rear pairs, they're not doing as much work, but it still does make a difference. Now with that 25% increase in stopping power, you get the low dust composite, the quiet pads, and altogether this is a very rotor friendly brake pad. Now what I mean by that is most brake pads, or at least some brake pads on the market, need a braking in period before you can really go hard on the street with these. These can actually go right on your pads right after the installation and you can go. This is perfect for the daily driver out there who just needs a quick brake job swap and to get going. As far as the installation is concerned, if you're trying to get these installed on the rear end of your 94 to 04 Bullitt, Mach 1, or Cobra Mustang, it's great for any track application, any street application, any daily driver, but any of those applications, the install is all the same. This one's going to be a very simple brake swap which requires pretty common hand tools with the exception of one. Now the common hand tools being the ratchet and socket set, and of course a lug wrench, jack and jack stands to get it in the air, or a lift if you have one available. But the exception here is the rear calipers on these 94 to 04 Mustangs actually require a very specific tool. Now the rear calipers actually have a twist-in piston here, not like a clamp. So a C-clamp won't work. If you try to use that, you're actually going to break the caliper. Now you'll actually have to get this specific tool just to actually put the keys in the piston to twist them in. Now since that is the case, you can pick one up at your local auto parts store, or if you have one handy, that's perfect as well. Altogether, the brake job should actually take you about an hour's worth of time in the driveway at home, which is why I give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. So to kick things off, obviously you want to break the lug nuts loose, jack the car in the air, and remove the wheel. From there, you can open up the caliper by using your ratchet and socket set, and of course once it's open, just kick those old brake pads out of the way and set them aside. Now once you get the caliper opened up, the brake pads are aside, you can use that specific caliper piston tool to get this thing clamped down. Now obviously it's not like a C-clamp, so you want to set the keys into the divots specific to your caliper and twist it down like you would any other ratchet. Now once you have that twisted down, it'll decompress that caliper and allow you to slip the new brake pads in. Once that's decompressed, grease up the pads like you would any other ones, pop them into place, close the caliper up, and put it all back together again. Repeat for the opposite side, and you're good to go. Overall, like I said, an hour's worth of time in the driveway at home and a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Just to wrap things up here, if you're the owner of a 94 to 04 Bullitt, Mach 1, or Cobra, and you're looking to get the bite back into your braking performance while also picking up a low dust brake pad with a quiet braking noise, you might want to check out the Xtreme Stop Performance ceramic pads that'll fit the rear end of your Mustang, which you can find right here at AmericanMuscle.com.